This demo is how to create a material tag in Revit. We're going to do a custom material tag that's going to look for comments and mark. So I'm going to start by creating a very simple floor so we can have something to tag here. Let's go ahead and do a ceramic tile floor here and put it in and finish it. So this particular floor has some materials on it. It has tile mosaic gray. Let's take a look at that particular material. You'll notice the material has identity, graphics, appearance, physical, and thermal, which you don't worry about. We're going to deal with identity here, and you'll notice that there are some parameters under identity that we're going to want to keep track of. This is all data that we can pull from the material. We're going to use comments and mark. We'll use the comments as kind of what kind of material is it, some kind of acronym like CT for ceramic tile, and then we'll use mark for a number to identify the particular color of that material. So let's go ahead and make a brand new material here. So I'm going to go create a new material and we'll go ahead and give it a name. We'll call this, since it's mine, I'll call it Mr. Brown. We'll call this ceramic tile. So under comments, we're going to put an acronym for ceramic tile, and we'll go ahead and give it a color number of 1, 2, 3. And you can set whatever you want for the color number. It just can't be used more than once. On the graphics, we'll throw some graphics in there because we can. And if you want to throw in a color, let's go ahead and do that. We'll throw in, I don't know, bright green or something. Okay, so we have graphics. We'll make that the same color. But the main thing we're looking for here is that each material has a comments, a place for comments, and a place for mark. And so if I was to set this up on shaded, you can sort of see there's my new material. Now, out of the box, annotate material tag. And you'll notice the material tag is not hitting it. Let's see why it's not hitting it. If you take a look at the material tag, let's see what it's looking for. If you go to the family there and you look at the particular tag, what's it looking for? Well, if I go to edit label, it's looking for description. What does that mean? Well, let me go ahead and close that and say no. Let's go ahead and look at our material. So we go back and we look at the material, ceramic tile, and let's go back and see what it says under identity. Oh, there's nothing for description. So if I said something like hi under description for that particular material, and I apply an OK, and OK, and OK, you'll notice that the material tag is now picking up that data. Now, we don't really want to look for description. We want to look for comments and mark. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this little tag look for that. And this is the way you're going to do it. You're going to edit family. And you see where we are. We're going to go to VV. The first thing we need to do is go to annotation categories and check this because there's some stuff we can't see there, like the reference planes that we want to see, so we can kind of bullseye it. See it there? All right, so let's take a look at that label. We don't want to look for description, do we? So we're going to take that and we're going to get rid of it. We're going to go in and we're going to look for comments. I'm going to do this in 2 steps here. And I don't know, my comments maybe were 3 different things. I'll call it AAA there. And hit OK. It's just a placeholder there saying how long it's going to be. And we'll kind of get this going. We'll kind of make this so we're going to stack them. That's our first one. Now, we're also looking for another label. So we're going to actually go back in and create one more label. I'm going to label here and just plunk it anywhere. You can't really tell where it's going to go. And we're going to look for mark. And put the green arrow there. And we'll say mark. You probably won't get any more than 4 things. So we'll go and call this BBBB. Just to, again, placeholder. See where it is there. You hit escape a couple times. Let's go ahead and just kind of scrunch this. I like to have these kind of pretty close together so they don't take up too much room in the drawing. So yeah, right around there somewhere. So that AAA, actually, I want that to be maybe a little more centered there. That looks pretty good. Maybe just bump it down a little bit with the arrows. And that looks pretty darn good. So now, really important here, don't save it as a material tag. See material tag up here? Don't save it as a material tag or it'll overwrite the existing one that looks for description. We might want to use that later. So what we're going to do is we're going to save as. We're going to save it as a family. We're going to save it in your My Documents. I'll go ahead and say this into say here, and we'll go ahead and call this, and just don't save it as material tag. Save it as, material tag MB or something like that. You could even identify what it's looking for there if you really want to go good. And we'll go ahead and save that, and we'll load it into the project. So now what happens is we have this new material tag that we can use that will look for our new parameters. And there it is. And so every time we create a material now, I would like you to put data in for the comments and the mark so that our material tags can pull that data from the material. Good luck, your turn.